Grove, showing you the sights and sound of Christmas at the Grove. And this is Karen, Hollywood Happenings. We're filming a TV special. And stay tuned for a great interview on Linda Lee Hopkins coming up.
My girl is super bad, super sad, and no time for photographs watching. My girl is super bad, that's a fact. Not to tree around the train watching.
Happening, and today we're at the Grove for the Christmas special, and coming up next is a special feature with Linda. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, you see the tree behind me.
Yes, I can see the tree behind you. Is there a way that we can get you to perform a little Christmas song? Maybe you and your friend could do a duet together?
My friend, she's busy. She's busy. She's in the kitchen. She's busy, but
Oh, she's busy cooking for the holidays.
yeah, she's always doing something. She makes the best cider ever, and I think it's her mom's recipe or something like that. We had a cup earlier, waiting on you. Oh, okay. So Christmas. Let's see. One of my favorite songs. A merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yours. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star up on the highest bough, and have yourselves a merry little Christmas now. I'm a little bit tired, but anyway. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Now, quick question. Do you know what movie that song was in?
Oh my gosh. Oh, is this a trivia question or what?
Just for fun. It was my favorite Christmas movie.
Christmas. White Christmas? No, with, oh gosh.
Will we give you a hint?
Okay, tell me.
She
I'm
was
not a TV buff.
She sung the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Judy Garland?
Judy Garland sung it.
Yeah, but,
Meet me in St. Louis.
Oh, okay, well. You got me on that. I'm not a TV buff. I have
that's only because it's my favorite Christmas movie.
TV.
That's my favorite Christmas movie. So.
Everything, but not me. I'm not.
Well, since it's the holiday season, can we get you to sing like "What Do You Do on New Year's Eve" or "It's Just Another New Year's Eve"? Or and who said it never rains in Southern California? Merry Christmas from the Hollywood Christmas Parade and Hollywood Happenings, the 83rd Annual Christmas Parade. Prepare. Back in the Midwest and the East, I think you got snow coming your way. Welcome to Hollywood Happenings. Today today we're coming to you live from Paris, France. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? And welcome to Hollywood Happenings.
Hello, bonjour.
Linda, we're going to start off with a few fun questions. If you were a color, what would you be and why?
I would be gold because gold is a reflection of light, and it's closest to yellow, which is healing, and I like gold. and it's how can I say it? It's a precious metal.
And what about if you were an animal?
Oh, it's definitely a cat.
Why?
I don't know. I've had cats for like 30 years, and I can actually see in the dark, But no, I just have this sense that for some reason or another, I'm not into reincarnation or anything like that, but just for some reason or another, I think that I have cat instincts in me.
Who's your inspiration?
Jesus. That's a big mentor, right?
Can't say why on that one.
Exactly.
What kind of advice would you give to somebody who were asking you for advice on getting into the industry?
Be ready, first of all. Know what you want to do, and don't take any wooden nickels. Today that there's so much abuse in the industry because of people wanting so eagerly to be on the stage, on the screen, or what have you, but they don't really know what goes on behind the scenes, which the productions and the character of other people that you work with. If you're not a strong person, it can set you back.
If you could interview anybody, alive or dead, or both, who would you interview?
Anyone alive or dead or both. Oh, wow. Okay. Interview.
Or meet. Interview and meet.
Interview who have gone beyond, we should say, would be my dad. And just, as I'm older now, I'm kind of a lot like him, and just ask him a lot about his childhood, which I never really knew. Okay, that would be someone who's gone on. And alive, I'd like to interview the president. I'd like to interview the president.
What would you ask him?
I'd ask him, how has it been to be one of the most powerful African American men in the world for the past 6 years? And what has that brought to him? And what does he think he has given of himself to the world?
Do you have any superstitions?
I used to have a lot until I came to the Lord, and I'm getting rid of a lot of them. Superstitions. Oh yeah, they've gone beyond. But fears like spiders and things like that. I'm working on all of that.
What's your favorite type of food?
Seafood. Seafood. I like scallops, and I like crab, and I like shrimp and lobster, and yeah.
Now you opened was an opening act for Prince?
Yeah.
Before 17. How was that, working with Prince?
Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, he's a powerful man. And to see him in person and to see him perform, it was humbling, actually. It was humbling.
And what is the Zenith Paris Gospel Celebration?
That was a I guess you could say it was a show that we did about a year or so ago. And they brought in Kirk Franklin, they brought in Yolanda Adams, Marvin Sapp, some of the top gospel artists. And it's a church here called the CRC. And they bring in a lot of, each year they have a gospel celebration once or twice a year, and they bring in major acts, and they put together a huge choir of 200 or more singers, and just celebrate gospel.
And you performed with CeCe Winans. How was that?
I performed. I was one of the few artists during the opening act, because they have several artists, local artists, who perform before she actually comes on. So she was a very nice lady. I got to meet her. Yeah.
Now you were a
I
choir.
loved her music for a long time.
Now you were a choir director.
No, I was an artistic director.
Artistic director for the choir.
Yeah, artistic.
Now what is that?
I always laugh and I say artistic directors are, for me, I was overall the director, but artistically I chose people who were capable in the field of choir directing, musical directing, and had a head of each department. So I designated basically.
Now you actually was on Ray Charles' Stronger Love Affair album.
Strong Love Affair. Yeah, that was a story where here in France they had a competition for arrangers to do an arrangement of Imagine of John Lennon for Ray Charles. It was for a commercial here in France for a bank. And I was with the team, and I did the actual demo, the lead singing on the demo for him to listen to it, to do his arrangement of the song. And after he did that, he kept us on as the backing vocals and added some singers from the Harlem Gospel Singers as well. And for the commercial, and then he kept the whole song on his album, Strong Love Affair.
And so can you hum a few bars or a few lines of John Lennon's Imagine? You said something about that song, for a bank.
Oh, you put me on blast now. Okay. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, beneath us only sky. Imagine all the people living for the world. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Maybe someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. I don't remember if that's the right word, or if those are the right words or not, but sorry. And the second project was that I did a demo tape, a second demo, for him to record a song to say goodbye to his fans when they found out he was dying. That was hard. It was called This Is It. He never got a chance to record it. I did the demo and he received it, but by the time he received it, he was a bit too sick to record it. And yeah.
How did that go?
Sorry?
How does that go?
I don't remember. It was a composition. But I actually contacted the composer, and I wanted to redo it as a tribute to him. So we're in a negotiation about that at the moment. And actually, as I was recording the song, because they had it in his key, and it was a bit high for me, but I pushed and I did what I had to do. And then we decided to do an unplugged version with just myself and the pianist. And as I was singing and recording it, his manager, who was a French producer here, he called him on the phone. So he was listening while I was recording. And after I finished, his manager passed the phone to me, and I spoke to him.
Wow.
So that was amazing.
One of my Gloria questions. My other questions. Okay, that's my those. That's my London questions.
Oh,
Okay, what is the Tanny Stovall Award?
oh, Tanny Stovall Award. It's a Tanny Stovall was an American who lived here for quite a long time, and he was a member of what is called the Brothers of Paris. It's American men, African American, who came together. They created a group, and every year in the spring and in the winter they have a ball, a gala that's called in French, a ball, and the who's who in all walks of life, entertainment, journalism, whatever. They come together to, just socialize twice a year, and then they decided because Tanny passed away a few years ago, and in his memory they created this Tanny Stovall Award, and they had different categories, and each person won an award in their category, and I won the Entertainer of the Year.
In 2013.
Yes, exactly.
And what about any other awards, accomplishments that you?
Some time ago, I won the prize with 3 other ladies, and we were in a gospel celebration competition, and we won the prize, the cup, I should say, the trophy, and I won my Savior's heart. That's the biggest prize.
Now you've done you do a lot of gospel, but you do gospel, R&B.
I do music.
What's your favorite type of music to do?
Gospel, definitely.
What's your favorite gospel song? I'm not gonna put you on blast.
I have so many. Let's see. My favorite one would be, I like a lot of Donald Lawrence and company. They have some beautiful, inspiring music. And Favor.
Now some of the French performers that you've worked with is like Bob Sinclair.
Yeah, he's a DJ. He's French, but he's worldwide because he's a DJ, and he's everyone knows him all over the world.
And what about Mark Cerrone?
And also, yeah.
Michael Jonassy and
Michel Jonas. Michel.
Mabel.
Like Michel Legrand. Michel Legrand is very well known in America and all over the world. But it's Michel Jonas. He's a very French artist. It's kind of like a smooth crooner singer,
And Ophelie Winter.
Ophelie Winter. She's Jonathan Winter's daughter. I think that's her father was Jonathan Winter, the guitarist. Yeah.
Now, how many albums do you actually have?
My own?
Of your own?
Oh, I don't have. I'm working on my own album right now, but I've been on many albums. I do a lot of studio.
And you write your own, you compose your own music?
Well, I'm doing that right now with my good friend and composer Christophe Lardou. We started working in January, and he just came over and took out his guitar, and he began to play, and I began to compose. We composed together But before that, I mean, I did a lot of songs that I wrote for DJs and things, and I mean, my own things that's what I'm working on now with Christoph.
What are your goals?
My specific goal is to use my talents for the gospel, for spreading the gospel, as to use my ministry as a platform for reaching people and letting them know about the goodness of the gospel and God's grace in their lives, and how they can have a much better life by following in the footsteps of Jesus. Because the world is lacking a lot of conviction and a lot of belief right now, a lot of faith, and I think that he was a good teacher. He was a good teacher. I learned a lot since it's 9 years now, and I'm growing. There's a whole lot of areas in my life that I have to still work on, but I know that, as Joyce Myers always said, I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. So.
And what's the difference that you see between the audience of the U.S. and the Parisian, the European audience?
Well, I know that here they really appreciate music. That's why a lot of people who didn't make it in America, they came here and they became stars. America is, I don't know, I can't say this, but I feel it, is that there's so many stars born all the time that it's just like a turnstile. You get used to one person and then someone else comes. Here they have, they go with the flow. They're doing more and more like The Voice and all the other different musical programs here. But at the same time, the major stars that come out of the United States, it doesn't happen here. Most of these people that are stars here, they're stars in France.
You were talking, you brought up The Voice. You were actually on The Voice.
I was a contestant in the 3rd season of the French version of The Voice. I wasn't chosen, but they really gave me compliments and said that, they were looking for fresh talent that they could mold, basically, that I have my own way of doing things. I'm an established artist. I've been doing this for 33 years, but for me it was a window. It was a window opportunity for people to know me, and the fact that the man that you mentioned earlier, Bob Sinclair, that I did a major hit single with him in 2002, but no one knows that it's me who sings it. Everyone knows the song, but no one knows that's me who sings it. So,
what is the song?
It's called "The Beat Goes On." It's called. It's not the Sonny and Cher version. It's "The Beat Goes On, Nothing's Wrong with This Song." If you know house music, this was like major. And in fact, he recorded the video in all 5 boroughs of New York. So, anywhere in the world I can go and sing this song and everyone knows it, but they don't know who the singer is behind it.
What is the Why? I know it sold 40 million copies in the first month.
Yeah, Why was an album that a producer decided to create in 1998. It was a duet album with a drummer, American drummer named Tommy Snyder, and it was an album of compositions, and it was we called it a world album because there were songs from, Arabic songs, there were Jewish songs, there was, hip-hop songs from Africa. It was just a compilation of many different cultures.
What about the 5 million from Harlem to Paris?
Not 5 million. No, 5 million was Hotel Coast. From Harlem to Paris was one of the gospel albums of the choir that I was artistic director of. That was the first album that I was involved with in helping to compose it in 2005. The 5 million copies sold was, it's called Hotel Coast, which is actually an album. It's a DJ named Stefan Pompignac, and he makes a compilation of different artists, and it's kind of like the songs that you hear like when you're at a restaurant, the songs, different artists that play and play and play. I won't even say elevator music because it's a step above elevator music, but it's laid back, like Buddha bar music and things like that, and it's a compilation. And I did a remake of Joan Baez's song about, it's called Here's to You, and it's about two Italian guys who were convicted of a crime and they were innocent and they were hung, and anyway, Joan Baez did this song back in the 60s and I did a remake.
Hi, this is Karen with Hollywood Happenings, coming to you at Christmas time at the Grove. Stay tuned for our upcoming interview with Linda Lee Hopkins, and a great little tune from Linda Lee Hopkins.
New Year's Eve is one that everyone knows. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll tip a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. I just read about that this morning, what it meant. It's a Scottish song celebrating the life of the composer of the song. Every year they sing it on the 25th of January to celebrate his life. And in fact, they had the Scottish lyrics, but I wouldn't want to try to sing in Scottish. So,
we'll be right back after the commercial break with a quick little thing from the Pentatronics, live from the Grove. We'll be right back with more from Linda Lee Hopkins. We're going to do a little bit more in depth and talk about her
relationship with the Linda Hopkins.
Thank you. I couldn't think how to get that out. And she's also going to be up for the Lifetime Achievement Award for the Hollywood Happenings Lifetime Achievement Awards. So maybe we can get her. We'll come back after the next break, and maybe she could do a little quick Route 66 or something like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Or something like that.
I am not mom, okay? But anyway, as we say in French, merci
Oh,
et à tout à l'heure. That means thank you and I'll see you later.
and come back for more with Linda Lee Hopkins and the rest of the interview from Hollywood Happenings.
Later.